Hectic finish, but you won.
Yeah, we know how he's playing against Everton here at their home. Obviously, we know when they have a corner, sometimes seems like a goal for them. They're really dangerous, obviously, and with the support from their supporters there is really tough. But we did well, we defend really well. Great block from Marcos at the end. And this is what it's about. It's like togetherness, effort, make the best for the team.
We saw a bit of character because you had a terrible start, but you recovered.
Yeah, I think obviously we don't have a terrible start. We conceded a goal from nothing, but I think we played pretty well in the first half. The second half, the last 20 minutes, we could do a little bit better. But anyway, three big points for us. It's really important to get back on the winning track.
Did we see the kind of intensity that the manager's looking for and the concentration as well?
Yeah, the manager and ourselves also. We know we want these kind of games. We want to show this spirit, this togetherness. It's really important for us that we carry on this, because this was what made us make that 4 wins in a row and made us win today. So we have to carry on.
Anthony's been a great recruit. 3 goals in 3 Premier League games.
No, obviously he's an amazing player. We knew the qualities that he had. Obviously, we know that all the players up front have such good qualities. Anthony is one of that. That's why the club pay that amount of money for him. So we are really happy for him, but we want even more for him.
And we can't leave without mentioning Cristiano Ronaldo. That's his 700th club goal. Good man to have off the bench.
It's tough still counting goals to Cristiano, because every week seems like a new record. Obviously, we are really happy. He's been working hard to find this goal. We saw it in the last Thursday. Was tough for him because he tried really hard. The keeper made good saves. The post stopped him for a while. For a little bit, didn't score. But today he had the goal and we win. So that's the most important. I think for Cristiano is the most important is that the team wins. And obviously for him as a striker, he wants to score goals. Everyone knows him. And we are really, really happy for that.
Well, a good night's work. Thanks, Bruno.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Yes, Cristiano Ronaldo, the difference. He'd only been on for 15 minutes off the bench after the injury to Anthony Martial. He'd only touched the ball 6 times. That doesn't matter. We know that with Ronaldo. And when he was put in by Casemiro, he did the best. He rolled back the years, really, with this finish, didn't he?
Yeah, I mean, he looked fit, he looked sharp. We know his finishing is great. I think Bruno mentioned it there. That he was a bit unlucky on Thursday. He was trying. But I love the fact that he's on the move. He's on the move quicker than Cody, waiting in that little space of area. It's a big space, really, to cover, and he does it effortlessly. And that's the thing I love to see. You know, he has a feel that this could pop out to him. As soon as the turnover possession from Iwobi with Casemiro, he's off. Keeps himself on side. Cody loses sight of him for a second, gets a head start. And once he's in there, you know, can he get there with his age? Yes, he can. And it's a great finish, Mo.
How he keeps control of that as well is key. You know, running fast is one thing. There's plenty of people on this planet, you know, that can run fast. But to keep control of it, to actually pinpoint an area in the box where you need far enough from the defender so he don't get a challenge in, not far enough wide so you can't, you know, you're killing your angle. And doing all that at that pace was quite incredible. And I think that's the biggest question mark about him at the moment. Can his pace last out? Because no one questions when he gets in front of goal, especially when you see records like that and goals like that we're seeing. 700 is quite phenomenal. But that goal tonight was just a total reminder to everyone that he's still got it.
Yeah, 700 in 943 club games, 25 trophies in that time. And you could see his reaction at the end. All goal scorers, strikers, they know these records. He's been stuck on 699 for a few weeks now. We're not starting games as well. It all came out, didn't it, when the ball hit the back?
Look, I've played with him, Steve. I wouldn't question him for 1 second. Anybody trying to write this guy off, you got the wrong guy. You know, at 37, we've been in the studio at 37 for quite a long time. And the thing is, he's still out there, you know, competing at the highest level in the Premier League, in the Champions League, you know, a World Cup soon enough. You know, he wants to measure himself with the best. He is one of the best, one of the greatest of all time. That he's even sitting on the bench, Mo, and just sitting there taking it quietly, I find actually quite impressive, because, you know, there's not many other people at his level in any sport would sit and watch people maybe not to his level play. So credit to him at 37 to still be doing the business. I think he wants to do it for quite a long time.
Yeah, let's talk to one of his teammates who was victorious today at Goodison Park. Victor Lindelof is waiting to speak to us, who made his first Premier League start of the day. Victor, well done. Hard-fought win. How pleased are you to get that result and get back to winning ways?
Yeah, no, obviously I'm very pleased with the win today. I mean, coming from a tough away game in the Europa League, I mean, it's always a tough game to come here. But yeah, of course, we're very happy with 3 points.
And after that start you had as well, 1 down inside 5 minutes.
Yeah, no, obviously it wasn't the start we wanted, but I think we showed great character, and we came back, and but yeah, I think we had a good reaction, and I think we played some good football, especially in the first half.
And the boys there just talking about Cristiano Ronaldo's record, 700 career club goals today. I mean, I think you've played over 400 games, never mind score. Can you get your head around that as a teammate?
Yeah, I mean, it's unbelievable. I mean, he's a fantastic player, and he's been showing that for I don't know how many years now. So yeah, I mean, I think his record speaks for itself. He's a fantastic player, and I'm very happy for him.
Yeah, and just proving again to what people say that he's won the match for you there with the winning goal at 37.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the way he performs and the way he takes care of his body, and yeah, it's like I said, it's just unbelievable. And yeah, to come in and to score the goal is of course very good for us.
Hi Victor, it's Michael Owen here. I was just wondering what you thought. Another new player sort of sitting in front of you today in Casemiro. How did you think he played, and what does he add to your team?
I mean, the same there. I mean, he was at Madrid for many years, and I think he showed his qualities today as well. He's very good at reading the game and winning balls for us. So yeah, I think it was very important for us today.
Hi Victor, it's Owen Hargreaves. Just another one on, obviously you played today, and Luke Shaw. You got so many options for the squad. And how do you think everybody did coming to the time with such a big squad that you guys have?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's very important to have a big squad when you have so many games, and I don't know how many games we have now in October, but yeah, it's very important that everyone is ready, and I think we showed that today. I think Luke he was brilliant today, and yeah, everyone who played and everyone who came on. So it's very important that everyone stays ready.
And just finally, Victor, I mean, before the City defeat, you'd won 4 in a row. Can today be a springboard to start another run like that now?
Yeah, hopefully. Obviously, we were not happy with the result against City, but so it was a very important win for us today, and hopefully we can keep going and win some more games. That's very important for us.
Very well done. Appreciate you joining us. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Victor Lindelof live at Goodison Park after United beat Everton by 2-1. You asked him about Casemiro there, his full Premier League debut. He's had to wait a little bit longer than most people expected for that. What did you make of it? You had a close eye on him?
Yeah, I'm sure Manchester United hierarchy, the manager would want him to have played a lot sooner, but Manchester United were in a nice winning run of form before they played Manchester City, so it was a waiting brief, let's say, for him. But I think he showed today his whole range of skills, his awareness, his passing was fantastic. You don't really associate that with him, making late runs into the box. Probably why, because he missed the chance, but I'm sure on another occasion he'd knock it in the net. But just little things like that. Owen, who sat by me here, was a master of that sort of position, getting little toes in, breaking up things, starting attacks. And you take it away, Owen, you're the expert.
But you know what, you need him in those moments, but then I think his passing and his ability to link the play, his forward passing, I think is really good as well. Look, he assists Cristiano there. I think he's so much more than just a defensive midfield player.
What can he do that other players United already have couldn't? What's he brought to the party, Owen?
Not really a fair comparison. The guy's got 5 Champions Leagues. I mean, we can see his heat map there. Look, he's everywhere, and it was a tough game. It's a tough place to Goodison and go and play. I think he adapted really well. Obviously, he made a bit of a mistake with Anthony for the first one. But other than that, he's so calm, Steve. I don't think he's phased. That's why I would have played him at the Etihad, because he can go there and compete in a game like that. If you've won 5 Champions Leagues alongside Kroos and Modric, he can control the game. He can manage the game. And I think he gives this team so much more than just a defensive stopper. We always, criticise at times, he's defensive midfield player. He's more than that. He played a couple of passes today which could have changed the game. So I think with him and Cristiano in there, they just add a bit of leadership. And when you're in trouble, when you're under pressure, like they were towards the end of the game, having guys like Cristiano and Casemiro, it's only going to help. And
sometimes I think it's hard to quantify with numbers as well, isn't it? When you're on a pitch with someone like Casemiro or Ronaldo or whatever, what they give you is very hard. As I say, well, we've seen the numbers that Ronaldo's got, but just in terms of the field, the way they sniff out danger, just the way they're never out of position. They always read the game in a certain way. Sometimes you just need to show someone one way because you might sniff out a danger on the other side. They just always seem to make the right decisions, especially someone in that position. So key, I think, as a sitting midfield player, to make the right decisions all the time, because there's a lot of it is not marking players, it's being in the right position to sniff out danger.
Well, I think the first part is you got to do the defensive job, which I think he did really well, but he had the best passing accuracy of any player in the final third today. So the point is, yeah, he can do that job, but also when he gets into further forward on the pitch, he's a very, very good passer of the ball, and I think we saw that. You know, you need guys to break up play and to be in the right position, especially to protect that back four. You know, the amount of goals that they conceded against Man City, that would have been the remit, I think, initially. But I think he gives them so much more in terms of passing the ball, his composure. Mo knows what it's like when you play up there. When the ball comes in, it needs to be a good ball. Casemiro doesn't play bad passes, does he? You know, they're not bobbling into you. They come with pass appreciation, is what you say. And I think he had a good game today.
And in the centre of the park, Owen talks about calmness there. For the rest of the team and the forwards in particular, how important is that authority that he brings to United?
It is, and as I say, it's sometimes hard to put into words, it's hard to put into numbers, but just the feeling you get when you've got an experienced winner that's been there, seen it, done it all, that's got the full array of technique, that's got the discipline. You always know that you can attack with confidence, you can defend with confidence, knowing that he's going to be ushering teams in the right direction. You know, some of those goals that Manchester City scored at the Etihad, I'm convinced that if Casemiro was playing, then he would have.
Really?
He would have snuffed them out, definitely. There was one, I'm trying to think which one it was. It came from the left-back position into central midfield. In fact, I think it was the Haaland one where De Bruyne crossed it to the back post. That would have been snuffed out early in the piece, I reckon, in midfield if he had been playing alongside, let's say, McTominay. So I just think that, as I say, I'll go back to it, sometimes you just can't put numbers to it. But those experienced winners, that they just have. I bet you someone like him never gets beaten a five-a-side as well on the training pitch. They're just that type of players that just get it, game intelligence.
Well, if you think also to the partnership that he had with Modric and Kroos at Real Madrid, you know, he can have that with Erik and Bruno. You know, two really good attacking midfield players. He can sit at the base there, so it looks like it's a really good fit, I think, for the team. Obviously, Scott McTominay's done great when he's come in, but I think Scott's greatest attribute for me is his athleticism, that he can go box to box. We've seen that at times. We've popped up with big goals. When you play as a sitter, it's important that the position is always right. And I think with his experience, Casemiro, he's going to be in the right spot at the right time. We saw in the derby there were a couple of moments, as Mo said, on the counter-attack. If you're not in the right spot, the ball goes bump, 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 and it's in the back of the net. And I think we saw that there. Today, they looked like they had a bit more control of the game. And the goal I'm referring to, actually, in the Manchester derby, Scott McTominay was out on the touchline when the ball then got played right through the middle, and that's probably the case in point.
Another new boy, Anthony, created a little bit of history today with that equaliser. First United player ever to score in his first 3 Premier League games. Well, you know, I think in the end, it's just good awareness. Switches on, transition. It's a, you know, really terrible mistake, really, from Everton. And there's a big gap between Tarkowski, Mykolenko there. But, you know, poor ball, really, from Gay and Iwobi. It's ridiculous. And obviously, Tarkowski doesn't see Anthony. But I like the forward running. We always say forward passing beats any team. And a really tidy finish, man. Yeah, it gets a touch off Pickford, but I like the way he lifts it as well. A lot of the time, those finishes are about lifting it, just slightly. As I said at half-time as well, I love the way he takes his early touch on his left foot. We're all, you know, or most of us, favour one foot. And as I say, if you're left-footed coming in from there, taking that early touch keeps the goal open for you. If you let it come across your body and take a right-footed touch, then you're losing 20% of your angle straight away. He knows that. He's, you know, those goal scorers just instinctively know that, and no surprise he scored 3 and 3. Now, you and I watched West Ham at the start of the day. Seems like a long time ago. And those 2 West Ham goals was a big question about handball. They weren't ruled out. But Marcus Rashford's was in this game. much to his amazement. Where do you sit with the two games and the decisions?
Well, I think in the game at the moment we've got two types of handballs, haven't we? One that's, you know, in general play, and if it's, you know, if it's clear and obvious, and if it's intentional, if your hand is in a you know, an unnatural position. And then we've got the handball situation, whereas if you're through on goal, like this instance, and it touches your hand, even if it's not intentional, even if your hand is in a natural position, if it touches your hand, then it's given as handball. I think it's clear to see that the ball does touch his hand. Do I like the rule? No, I absolutely hate it. But by the letter of the law, I'm pretty sure that was an accurate decision.
Harsh. It's really harsh. Takes a huge reflection off his leg. You know, I just think it's harsh. I really do.
OK, Marcus Rashford denied his first ever career goal against Everton, but Erik ten Hag got his wish today. He wanted a winning response. He got it, and here's what he thinks about it.
Erik had a few nervous moments at the end there, but overall that must be a very satisfying performance.
We are quickly 1-0 down, but the reaction of the team is good, and also was one of our aims to deal better with setbacks, and now they stay composed, came in the game, play out of a good formation. I think first 35 minutes were quite impressive from our side.
You complained that they were too static in recent games, and did you see an advance there? Did you see better pressing from the side as well?
Yeah, I think especially the first half was the pressing well, and Everton didn't came out, and it was difficult for them to come in the game, and the game is to get switches and get a lot of crosses in, and we didn't allow them, so happy with that.
You mentioned the early goal for Everton. I think as Casemiro was introduced to how quickly tackles fly in this kind of game.
Yeah, but I think he will anticipate quickly, and you saw that during the game how important he is. He's that composed, winning a lot of balls, winning also the goal from Cristiano Ronaldo. So he grew into the game. So good performance.
Yeah. What was the Martial injury? Was this a recurrence of his previous?
No, I don't think so. Something different. He had a problem in his back. But he was important. Assist on the goal with Anthony. Yeah. So happy with that. And once again, we are also happy with all the subs who are coming on. And Cristiano making the winning goal. Clear. But also Scott, Rafa was in the end. You mentioned some 4 difficult situations, and you see how important Rafa is there with his organisation and his heading capacity.
Yeah, and you generally managed the second half until that flurry at the end.
Yeah, ball can always come in, and we should have scored already, and I think it was a goal. Then was the game over, but we had many more spaces we didn't use in the counter in attacking transition. So yeah, that's the next step we have to make. But I think happy with the result, of course, but for a lot of periods also happy with the performance.
And tonight was a step in itself, because it's quite a hard place to come and get any result.
It's difficult here. You are right. Goodison Park, Everton, the crowd behind, but also they are in a really good series. Everton, 7 games unbeaten, and also difficult to score against them. And now we scored 2, maybe 3, so that's good.
Well done. Thanks, Erik.
Please.